Hello friends, and welcome to Little Giant Crafts. I'm your host Jesse, and today we're going to talk about the basics. Now, if you've never crafted before, it can be a little daunting on where to begin. So, this video is going to talk about the absolute bare essentials. Honestly, you can, depending on what you want to build, you can probably get into this hobby for like 20 bucks if you have absolutely nothing. So, let's get started. You really only need 4 things to get started crafting that I like to call the 4 Bs. Well, okay, I don't actually call them that, but I came up with it for this video and it sounded catchy, so that's what we're going with. The 4 Bs are board, blade, bonding, and bits. The board is the actual material you are going to use to make your craft. This can be something like foam board, which is the hard material a lot of kids use for school projects. It's very easy to cut, but still has a lot of structural strength. You can find it at Walmart, dollar store, any craft store. The other popular material is cardboard. You can pretty easily get your hands on this, be it from deliveries or, empty tissue boxes or cereal boxes, pasta, whatever. You can also get this material I really like called chipboard, which basically the best description I've seen is the back of a yellow legal pad, that sort of thickness. Especially if you're trying to craft on the cheap, cardboard is super great. There's a lot of different uses and pretty easy to get your hands on. The next B is blades. Once you have your materials, you're going to need something to cut it with. This can be a tool you may already have lying around the house, like a box cutter. If you're using thinner cardboard, you can use a pair of scissors. I got this kind of heavy-duty pair that I like to use. Another really good tool is an X-Acto knife, which is especially good for precise cuts. If you're bored, you can play the finger game. Just kidding, do not do that. Okay, the next B is bonding, aka glue. Once you've got your pieces, you're going to need a way to stick them together. The simplest is Elmer's white PVA glue. This is the stuff probably everyone has used in an arts and crafts class. It's pretty good. The only problem is it takes a while to dry. Similar to that is Eileen's tacky glue, which is a bit thicker and easier to work with, but still takes a while to dry. And same for wood glue, although wood glue dries more solid, so if you need to fill some gaps, it might be good. There's Mod Podge, which is similar to PVA glue. I don't actually know the difference, but you can get different finishes like matte or gloss. And then probably one of the most versatile types of glue is the hot glue gun. Now, despite its name, don't, shoot anyone with it. Not that you could. The main benefit of a hot glue gun is how fast it dries. Well, depending on what you're doing, that could be good or bad. So with glue, it's really best to know which type suits you better. If you're doing something quick and dirty and you don't have time to wait for it to dry, hot glue gun would definitely be the way to go. Plus, the sticks are very wiggly, fun to play with. That's always a bonus. And you can also, pretend you're at a rave. So there's that. The final B is bits. Also commonly referred to as greebles, I think from the special effect industry. These are little things, really trash, anything that looks cool. You just start saving things and then it can really add texture to something, like glue a lot of little bits onto a wall and suddenly it's, pipes or some sort of sci-fi thing. Here I'm just going through some of my general bits containers. Let's see, what have we got here? A lot of toothpick, skewer bits, some rubber bands, some corkboard, some toy bits, anything you're not using anymore, the puzzle game. Ooh, a nice gem. Ooh, careful with springs. They want to jump away from you. Oh, this is going to be a little more difficult. Okay, gotta move these guys. And, there we go. Oh, there we go. See, it's a little spring. Some mesh, some little cardboard circles from a board game. Really anything that has an unusual shape, you might not, some earbuds. You might not know what it's useful for right now, but someday in the future, you might say, oh, this can be perfect. A little hand. some metal ball bearings, I guess. Don't know where those came from. A bead, a gear. You can see here I've got a wooden ball stuck to my shirt. No idea how that happened. Another good bit to collect is bottle caps, especially different shapes and sizes. They can be used for pipes or canisters, anything circular. Just good to have some on hand. Another thing I really like to save are the little plastic bread ties. Those are good for little bits of plastic that you can carve into different shapes. And let's see here. We got my bigger bits box. A lot of alliteration. Oh, right. Miscellaneous junk bits. Gotta keep organized. A lot of skewers. A lot of sprues from model kits. Sometimes they have little pieces on them, or just the shape itself can be good. Some plastic straws I'll probably use for pipes someday. A bit of a marble track. Some quarter machine toys, a plastic fork, I don't know. Part of a Febreze bottle. Just little bits. This might be cool for a gun or something. A weird hanger. I don't know what it's for. But you never know what'll come in handy. Surprise! There's a final B. Bonuses. Now, really, these are just two things I thought were pretty essential and couldn't think of a B word. Granted, though, I've seen a lot of cool cardboard builds that aren't painted, and they look really cool. But if you don't want to go for that aesthetic, you can use paint. Most of my terrain pieces, I just use cheap acrylic paint for like less than $1 each at Walmart or, Target, any craft store, any store with an arts and crafts section. And then the other bonus is sand. Sand is a really simple way to put a base on your miniatures or ground terrain to make it look realistic. I've got a mix of containers of like decorative sand made for this purpose that I bought from hobby stores, and also just sand that I've found out in nature. And the mix is good too, because then you get different sizes, and once you cover it with paint, it'll all match. Don't know why I decided you needed a demonstration of what sand is, because now I made a big mess.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Usually if I'm using sand, I'll put paper down first so I can scoop more easily. All right, I hope that helps. And if you get the crafting bug, I hope you feel inspired to, give it a try. Just jump right in. Why not? If you have any questions, leave them below. If you want to know what else we're doing, check out the links. And I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Bye.